how, like you even mentioned, like in high school, you thought, oh my goodness, I need to figure this out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, that's it. I don't know where to start. And the pressure. And then seeing like the young Justin Bieber's making it at 12 and the
Oh,
Kylie Jenner's, and you're like,
yes.
I haven't made my billion.
Exactly.
It can be overwhelming. Have you found in your experience and maybe experiences of your peers that there's inequality in this space, and that for women it can and sometimes is a little bit harder, or is your experience that different from that?
Well, as a business person, trust me, I have experienced that. In business, rejection is part of the game. And for most people, especially women, we are not wired to receive rejection, in a positive kind of way. So you will probably spend the whole day hearing no, 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 no. And then by the end of the day, you just want to give up. But your passion burns so deep and so bright. Then you wake up the next morning and try it again. And then you realize now your male counterparts, especially during the networking sessions and you're talking about your business, and your guy friend will say, oh, by the way, I met with so-and-so, and yeah, there's a deal. But you tried and tried and tried and tried. But what I came to learn is as women, we have to work twice as hard, unfortunately, to even better understand our products and services, because right now women are jumping into industries that are male dominated, and it's a very, very thrilling experience to work in an environment where people thought that, hey, this is a man's world, but you're coming in as a lioness and you're trying to conquer the world. And unfortunately now you have to work twice as hard to understand the logistics of it, the kind of products, and to just bring your innovative side to try and create your own space, really, because trying to dominate the man's world could be, one hell of a task. So, but while you create your own space, your own scope, it becomes so efficient and so excellent in such a way that people will want now to learn how you do it. It also boils down to recalculating and re-strategizing, because at the end of the day, there are already strategies that people follow. There's already a work formula that people follow, but trying to not follow the status quo and just create your own formula that works. And at times you just stumble upon it because you're trying everything and exploring, but when that happens, it works for you. Yeah. Yes.
But in general, you have found that you have to
Yes,
work
yeah,
twice as hard.
you have to work
Yeah.
twice as hard. Even
Yeah.
in networking, especially as me, I'm very small, so
Yeah.
that is a
Even
very
in stature, you mean,
yes,
like, so
yes,
it's like, oh
yes.
gosh, first you're a woman and then you're small. It's
Exactly,
like, what
yes.
do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
So you
is,
find that it works
I
against you
have to
sometimes?
work twice as hard.
Yeah.
But all I like is thank God I have the wisdom in me. So when I start to speak, you will have to listen whether you like it or not.
I love it.
Yes, and then that's how I conquer.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Esther.
I will speak about inequality in two parts.
Yeah.
I think when you're at the very first, it's very easy for ladies to get that job opportunities, because even when you're reading the job description itself, at the bottom there you'll see women are encouraged to apply. So I think at the very start women have a head start above men, but once you come into employment and then it starts about growing in your career, you find that men have a little bit easier, because now the way the society that has shaped us to think is that as a woman you're supposed to both handle the job and at home. So for men, they have a lot of free time to focus mainly on their career, because the society does not require them to parent their children. So I think when you look at it in those two aspects, you'll find that there is inequalities in two parts.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Is that your experience, Lorna?
Well, I think for me, I've just been very fortunate because in my entire career so far, my gender has never been an issue. So even like when I go for interviews, I'm not worried about my gender. I'm worried about, okay, am I prepared? Am I going to answer the questions the right way? But I have met other ladies who for them it was different. I was asked this question at another panel once, and this girl came up to me and she told me that she went for an interview and the interviewer, who was actually also a woman, told her, no, you're a young girl, basically. And she had the qualifications and everything. So it's like in some industries and in some companies, the fact that you're female, and especially a young female, is something that can be a drawback for you. And so I feel that this space is where we talk more about the kind of the difficulties that women go through in the workplace, because I think this is something that it's a conversation that's been growing of late, not only in Kenya but
Around
all
the
around the
world,
world.
yeah.
Whereby women are pointing out the fact that first of all there's a pay inequality that some countries face, or like the issue whereby if a woman says something, she's bossy, but then if a guy says it, it's fine. He's just showing his leadership
Yeah,
skills.
yeah.
So this kind of thinking where it's like, because you're a woman, it's like this, it really needs to change. And I feel that with our generation, we can really start to push that sort of conversation. And I feel that most of us are a lot more emboldened. So if you notice something like that, you can be able to point it out and just say that that's not right. And the interesting thing is, I feel that even women themselves say something like that. Like you're maybe in the office and then maybe like you have a disagreement. Another girl says, it's because you're mamas, something like that. So me, whenever I hear something like that, I always stop them and say, no, it's okay to disagree, and this has nothing to do with my gender, Like just because I have this gender doesn't mean it forces me to act in a certain way, So I think pointing these kind of things out and then being able to openly talk about it. And I think like when she was talking about why you see a job and it says women are encouraged to apply, usually in those companies, it's because there's an inequality, that they have a higher, they either have more male applicants or even the workplace themselves, the employees, they have more male employees than women, and they're just trying to balance it out. So there is an issue, and I think that this is something that we need to talk more about and provide more mentorship to young girls and just tell them, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Don't let the naysayers hold you back,
Right.
and just stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So let's talk a little bit about Jijali,
Yes.
and what your experience has been. I know you, how many, I think it's about 400, is it?
Yes.
400 youths that have gone through the program,
Yes.
and they've been able to be placed into, or at least a good percentage of them have been placed in different companies. But how exactly does it run? And I'm also curious to hear from you, because the both of you have gone through the program, isn't it? What was it like? But how does it run first? Yeah.
Okay, so with Jijali, as I mentioned earlier, it's an online program now. So before we used to have workshops, but now we won't have workshops this time because we're doing quite a large number.
Yeah,
but
you've upgraded. It's now in the thousands, isn't it?
Now we're aiming at 2,000 this year.
Yeah.
So basically how it works is we have an application form that you sign up to. Oh, it's free. So we are selecting applicants for the program because we want to make sure that people coming in are really motivated to be in the program. Yeah, so you apply online, and after you've applied online, near the start of the program, now you'll be allocated a mentor, yeah?
Okay.
So basically how the program works is you go online, you do the online content, so video reading materials should take you maybe half an hour max, and then now there's a practical task. So the practical task is what will take you most of your time. So this could be, for example, structuring your CV, or if you're in entrepreneurship, it could be that you need to go out and speak to 10 customers and get feedback on a new product you want to launch, whatever it is, yeah? Then once you're done with the task, you upload what online, and then here's where the mentor takes over. So they go through what you've handed in, and they have a conversation with you based on that. So they provide some mentorships, some feedback, maybe challenge you a little bit if they feel that you're being too safe with what you're thinking about, maybe challenging you to really put yourself out there. So that's basically how it works. And so as I mentioned, you have two modules. We have career and entrepreneurship. So in the Jijali program, we actually do placements, but as I mentioned earlier, we have a job search module that they go through.
Yeah.
So in the past, we've had trainees who've been able to find jobs. Like people who've like, I've been searching for the longest time, and finally I'm starting to get responses from interviewers. There's someone who was even had two jobs. She got 2 job offers, and she was just like deciding which one she wants. Yeah. So the thing is, it's not that we we made them better employees. We just gave them the skills they need to actually go about it in the right way. Yeah. Then on the side of entrepreneurship, we had people who are able to start businesses. There's one guy who said, if you have an idea and don't know what to start, like this program is perfect for you. And then we also had people who have businesses already who are able to figure out what the issue is. Because some people have businesses, but they're like, how come I'm at the same place? I'm
Yeah.
treading water and I really need to move to the next level, or I have this challenge and I don't know how to solve it. So going through the program enables them to figure this out, and they're able to take their business to the next
level.
Yeah.
Right. So what was your experience like, ladies?
I did the entrepreneurship module, and I got into Jijali when I was transitioning. Like she said, they help people to find your unique advantage. So for me, I was doing digital marketing for a very long time, and then digital signage marketing, and then there was a large influx of people doing that. So I was kind of in a standstill. So okay, we are like 1,000 of people, doing this. So what is my unfair advantage? And Jijali helped me better demystify my idea, especially in the human-centered design, because you go through that, and I was able to go through the ideation process and also the prototyping to just go through my business plan and realize, okay, so what are the scalable, viable opportunities for me? And through that, I was able to work with international companies now and just graduate into creating digital marketing strategies for companies, market entry strategies, market analysis, and business consultancy. So now you see, I'm not doing digital marketing on a 100% scope. I have,
Expanded.
exactly, yeah, I have expanded in a very big way. Another thing I liked about Jijali is that the mentors come in on a sort of a friendship tone. It's not more of professional. So you could have a mentor and they'll take you through your business and in extension help you identify what works for you in terms of personality, your strength, your weaknesses. You'll learn more about yourself that you didn't know in extension to learning more about your business. And it doesn't end there. Even after the program, your mentor becomes your friend. So you'll meet up for coffee chats and then you get free free consultations. Yeah, yes. Yeah. And another thing is I had struggled a lot with customer segmentation in my business and the art of cold calling. It can get so tiring when you're trying to look for clients and the whole aspect of warm calling. But Dijali helped me to sort of create a strategy to go around that and even structure my pricing strategy and pricing module.
Wow.
So now
it
I am
helps on so many levels.
Yeah. So now I make more money and I spend less time doing the necessary things. So it has helped me build sort of a smart space for my business.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Esther, what was your experience like?
I went through the Career Start module, and at the time I was struggling between transitioning from a graduate into someone who is looking for employment. At that time when I was applying for Jijali, my mindset was, since I've done procurement, contract management, I'll only apply for jobs that state their procurement or anything that is contract management. But once I came into Jijali, I had a mentor, her name was Gladys, and she was able to instill to me this mindset that just because I studied this does not mean I have to do this. So during the Career Start module, there was this practical task you had to do. So you had to either find a position to volunteer in or to work in. And then it just so happens I saw an ad for Yusudi, the parent of
company.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw an ad, only 2 days left, you apply for a volunteering position. I just said, let me apply, let me see what will happen. I applied to it. After, now 6 months later, after I'm done with the Career Start module, I'm now working for them on a full-time basis.
Wow.
Yes.
Look at that. Interesting. I know we're about to wind up, but I'm curious to know how many people who join go for the career module versus the entrepreneur model.
So we actually split it in the middle.
Okay.
But right now we have more entrepreneurship applicants than Career Start. But interestingly, during one of our last workshops, when you talked about the results that the career module trainees had seen, a lot of the entrepreneurship students now wanted to jump back because they wanted to start a business because they had been unable to find a job. But now that they were seeing it's actually possible to get a job, they wanted to go back. So it was interesting for me because it means a lot of people are starting a business just out of necessity and not because, you know, they have this passion or they've seen this really great opportunity that they have to go for. And it would be really great if now people would start businesses, not because they have no other option, but because they really want to.
Yeah, or they found a problem. No,
Exactly.
a
A problem,
solution.
they have a
Yeah, they have a
solution.
solution for a problem.
Yeah.
All right, so 2,000 applicants you're taking in. Is it this
Yes.
September?
This September. Yeah.
And application stage is still ongoing?
Yes, the applications are still open.
Okay.
So if anyone is interested, they just Google Jijali. It's the first thing that will come up.
Yeah.
So Jijali.
Yeah.
The first thing that will come up, and they'll see the application forms. There's a link to just apply.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the average age, or what's, you know,
Oh, the
is
age
there an
bracket.
age cap? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So for Career Start, we recommend between 18 to 26 because it's called Career Start, meaning like it's starting out up your career, so that's what we recommend. And then for entrepreneurship, it's 18 to 30.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
you for having
ladies.
us.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Jijali, guys, Jijali.
Yes.
If you feel stuck in your career, or you haven't even been able to step into, you know, from school into a career, this is the place to go. Or even in your business. And you know what? Sometimes necessity throws you into a space that completely transforms your life. Maybe you're like, I have no idea what to do, so I'm just going to start a business. Next thing you know, you've got a multi-million-dollar company because it forced you to think out of the box. All right, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Park In by Radisson for this beautiful space. We'll be back same time, same place, 8 a.m. For now, keep it locked on NTV and have a great rest of the day. Bye, everybody.